Now, even though it gives the Fool card energy, this is actually the final card in the journey. So that's what is so interesting, where this final step leads to a new beginning, or this new beginning leads to a final step. And for some of you, the final is the gold, right? You're the truth. It's just coming out of the winter, coming out of the cold, changing some beliefs, hibernating. You know, maybe some of you in this hermit mode, it was necessary. We have to detach. Welcome back to your video. As we get started, thank all of you guys for tuning in. This is crazy. Like, it's really good. It's like, so you're gonna love it, I promise. All right, so we're gonna get settled. Where it resonates, hit the like button. If it does not, send me comments. Let me know what I could do better. For more information on products and services, go to astronauthoochie.etsy.com. Your products are underway. I'm just not even going to tell you. I'm just going to go bam. So make sure that you subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you receive the alerts. A new playlist is being created for you guys. Guided meditations for your chakras. So let's start the attunements and the alignments and get spiritually in shape. Okay. Check the playlist here on this channel, as well as my sister channel, right? Is that what they call it? Even though it's me, I'm a twin, I suppose. For the quantum healing and NLP therapy. All right, so shameless plugs. Let's go. I know you see this gold egg right here, right? What I thought was cool is that you had two of them. And for some of you, this is like that Kundalini rising energy. So whatever spiritual practices you're implementing, I feel that they'll be favorable. I did see money luck for some of you. I'm going to shuffle out some additional cards once we get through the lineup, which starts with like, there's like 2 transformations, or at least like some new beginnings. And then there's this karmic contract or soul contract. And it doesn't have to be bad. I feel that it's more so dharma, or just something that you were reincarnated or born to do. All right. Now, for some of us, this creativity, it's going to call for us to create like a daily routine or some sort of habit. Now, it's very important because it's not just like a new phase or cycle in astronomy. It's also like part of your spiritual journey and like your soul calling. And sometimes when we do not answer that call, it's like this yearning or this emptiness, right? And so that's where the as above, so below, or the 2 ways something could go with the swan is here. Now, for my love bugs, for some of you, this is the lover card, where there's like a choice or a decision. For some of you, it talks about this new beginning that leads to possibly this golden egg. And for others, it's like this constant pursuit of it, like not fully being in alignment, but having some sort of awareness coming out of this spiritual awakening, like this new spiritual journey, and like searching for something. Now, I'm not trying to be funny, but what it reminds me of is when they say, I'm just trying to find myself. Nothing is wrong with that. I do understand where that comes from. I always just try to understand like how you go out to find yourself when everything is like within. And sometimes for the high priestess to come and whisper to the fool, you know, it takes like a calming of the mind and a stillness at times. So it doesn't require like this outward pursuit for some of us. And that could have been something that was done in the past that leads you guys to this beautiful transformation. So we'll go over some of the messages from Spirit, and then I'll start with the clarifiers. All right. So with the butterfly, that's old. Okay, I'm sorry. Undergoing great change and transformation. The energy of the butterfly is with us during periods of transformation, since air is the element of the heart. It's like, where did it come from? Now, this change usually involves a relationship. So that's why I said those bells. That's why I said for some of you guys, it is most definitely a twin flame, a lover, a soulmate. I feel like we're going to come out of this winter, come out of the cold. And with the golden egg, like I said, this spiritual connection or the spiritual contract may be moving forward. But we're going to look, okay? When we put the clarifiers, we'll definitely see. There may be some readjustments and forgivenesses, okay? Because as I read the butterfly card, The third quarter moon and forgiveness is my placeholder. So that's insane. Now, again, with the butterfly, be extra patient and kind during this time. Some of you, this is a pivotal point where you are going to be better than you've ever been before. For some of you, you could come into a lot. Creativity, energy, which may improve your finances. And others of you, it may attract that person or a new person that you've had in mind. Because some of you, whatever this outcome or reward is, it's not only the strength of the matter, but it's on your mind. And then that goes the same for the part of the collective that's not really sure and dealing with some frustrations or uncertainty. It's still some sort of question or like something unanswered, maybe something that hasn't been forgiven, or it could be like an energy. Like if I can't forgive myself or life or others for anything, no one has to do anything specifically. I have just been frustrated with spirit, source. Like hey, baby, when something ain't right and you can't figure it out and it just doesn't seem to change, it could cause us to look outside of ourselves and kind of like grow some sort of resentment with life itself. So that's why I wanted to like clear that up for some. This forgiveness and this search, right? And this transformation, but this fragile, frustrated energy with like a lack of certainty. It just talks about our daily habits. And that is something that has been very therapeutic for me. When you're dealing with things that really don't make sense or that you'd like to be better, instead of focusing on like the unfavorable aspect of it, develop a habit that makes like this algorithm to where it's fail proof. Like be content with yourself, be happy with yourself, perfect it until like it gets the way you want it. And like nothing can shut you down. I mean, time eventually is going to have to be in alignment with your hopes, your wishes, and your dreams, because this is a habit that you formed and it's just like inevitable. We had a reading a few days ago where we said we were going to all try the 3-6-9 method. I think it's like 45 days. I have to go back and look at it. But basically, whatever you're trying to manifest, you write it 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, and 9 times in the evening. Now, I figure you do that for 45 days, along with any other habits that you're forming. And if it doesn't like aid in the alignment of life saying, oh, okay, that's what she meant, because I didn't understand, or that's what he meant. I feel that it at least keeps us from focusing on the things that are causing our problem, right? So when I do some of like my hoodoo or holistic healthcare sort of elixirs, I like to focus on what's causing it not to happen more than what it is a person comes to me wanting. Because you can have anything that you want. You can definitely attract it, whether it takes 1 day, 1 year, or 10 years, depending on how big it is, how much it weighs, and ship it, right? But those habits and practices are very favorable. Anyhow, daily routine is in the butterfly as well. When in balance, it's cheerful, graceful. When out of balance, it's fragile and frustrated. So that is air energy, and it may even be connected to the heart. So it could be as simple as someone having a change of heart, and it's like, well, who's having this change of heart? Well, you have the cosmic egg here, and the cosmic egg is definitely a spirit card in this deck. It talks about completion, harmony, and the infinite within the finite. Okay, the finite, whatever. All right, very beautiful card. Now, when I first started on YouTube, this was my favorite card. I think like the first post I made saying, hey, I'm going to be a reader. I probably used this card, and I think when you open the deck, it's kind of like the Fool card. So it was at the very beginning, or it's just like Kim Kranz likes this card as well. If this strikes as the Fool card for some of you, there is a transformation and a new beginning, the very beginning of it. And I feel that if someone is feeling directionless, but has this heightened creativity, it gives me that, the jack of all trade, master of many. For some of you, it's master of none. This could lead to frustrations because it's new. And with the, karmic energy of not completing things in the past, or, starting over and over again, that could bring some sort of frustration that works in life, and it also could work in relationships, a job, whatever the case may be. Now, even though it gives the Fool card energy, this is actually the final card in the journey. So that's what is so interesting, where this final step leads to a new beginning, or this new beginning leads to a final step. And for some of you, the final is the gold. right? You're the truth. It's just coming out of the winter, coming out of the cold, changing some beliefs, hibernating. You know, maybe some of you in this hermit mode, it was necessary. We have to detach. That's necessary for the renewal and purification of our systems, you know, our soul or whatnot. They say that we incarnate in the physical plane to use these physical experiences to make adjustments. Now, some of you guys are making adjustments. Others of you are cubing the square, right? Or whatever they say. Now, disconnect from others, traveling alone. That's the energy sometimes of the cosmic egg, and it's definitely in alignment with the bear. So if the cosmic egg was crossing you in the past position is the bear energy, it definitely talks about self-realization, self-effort, being on this path for quite some time, and grace that we experience through the self-realization. I love that. So the swan is telling us to avoid frustrations in some of these fragile periods, to have some sort of grace. Now, those of you where there may be a rekindling with the lover, not going to hold you. I feel that grace may be necessary in this situation, even though I'm that real crunk friend that's going to try to protect you and give you the truth and side-eye them and not play no games. If the cards say, hey, have some grace, you know, have forgiveness, I'm gonna be in alignment with spirit, because I know sometimes it's not about the other person. It's also about your personal journey, why you even had that experience to learn from, and what's coming, you know, forward, right? Now, the swan in the center is this elegant power, is the grace, and for some of you is the lover. The lover could sometimes talk about choices, and either we can use our passion, okay, or frustrations to create, or that passion and frustration could turn into agitation, and then you lack vision. Now, some of you have already went through this, because to bring this energy back into balance, it talks about solo time and possibly writing. Some of you may be writing. Okay, this writing may bring about some sort of transformation. And depending on your north node, I know I've done a few natal charts, and it is within like the abundance or the boon of a person to follow the north node. Like, I know some of the air signs would have writing, some of them have music, some have teaching, some have travel. So just imagine that all that you want is waiting for you, but all it takes is a plane ticket and a passport or a bus ride. Okay. Now, after a long winter, the bear arises from a slumber. At first, the movement and efforts are difficult, but the bear knows that it's time to awaken and move forward. Now, what I love about this is that the bear awakens from the winter, knowing that it's time to move forward. And this is also the daily habit and the practices. So what seems kind of like achy in the beginning, like starting a new regiment, beginning to work out, trying to love again, starting this new job, or for most of us, just the school year starting back for the children after being home in the summer, right? You're going to have to like put them in bed on time, or it's going to take you to make some adjustments to your schedule depending on what you guys have been doing for the last few months, because eggs also refer to chili drying. Okay. And that is so interesting. Like, when you have this energy of how things are, something changes it. Like, even with the pandemic, how life was, how it changed, and we all kind of retreat to be within. And then after that, being within for so long, we dealt with things that we didn't know we would deal with, especially relationships, the way that divorce rate happened, and the way that these new babies was popping out left and right. So it's like, that's the choice, to use the passion, like I said, for something creative, opening that heart, receiving some sort of abundance, or being fragile and frustrated that leads to unhealthy detachment, right? And like isolation. Okay, so coming out of that slumber, spring emerges and your transformation begins. Theoretically, or what is it, metaphorically, that kind of just means that winter is cold. You know, winter, you've had to kind of like be, some of us financially may have had to be like, what do you call it? The frugal, right? Because like winter is usually when the animals, like, and we're not animals, right? But you have to like put things away, knowing that things slow down. It could be a drought, you know, hold on to what you got. Now, I can also see how if someone is in a drought, and you kind of like spinning the block in unhealthy relationships, as we talk about karmic energy, just be mindful of that. It could be someone else in your environment coming out of the woodwork because they want to spin the block. You know, they didn't slow it down or something. This is the drought. And they're trying to preserve, you know, what options they thought they had, or, you know, you get it, right? So boom. Now, crowning you, you have this golden egg, which requires you to be intimate, right? Not with this person, all right? So get that out of your head. It just talks about your essence. It's going to require you to be vulnerable and comfortable. Now, if we're insecure, in savage mode, detached, isolated, cold, fragile, and frustrated, that doesn't sound tender, doesn't sound vulnerable, doesn't sound comfortable, and it doesn't sound like essence. And to get this gold, to get this thing, I guess, from source that's guiding you, right? Because everybody from the focus even to the present is focused on the future of the present. Now, what's crossing you could have been destiny, what was written that's leading up to this moment, anything that happened in the past that we've transformed, that made you the beautiful butterfly that you are today, or that gives you this golden opportunity, is how I see it. Now, I think that that's pretty cool. We're going to take a couple of clarifiers and then get it rocking, because I have so many videos to load for you guys. It is crazy, and I'm having so much fun. All right, so we have the Three of Wands. It's a portal of opportunity. It's making decisions. It's turning your back on something else to make that decision. And for some of you, it's this Queen of Pentacles energy. Now, these contractual situations, it could have been an ex. It also talks about a job, or just taking that back seat. You know, like, I've done that. When you kind of get out of that supportive role in order to, like I said, find yourself, your true happiness, and not sit, you know, you can't passenger princess with every aspect of your life or every relationship. Some of you, this could be a lover from the past as well, that we're turning our back on, someone that may have left you out in the cold. Now, this person could be turning their back, or you could have turned your back. And they talked about the transformation on how something could have possibly ended. Now, what's hilarious is this thing that ended is like unbreakable. You can't break it, because you guys are tied at the soul, you know, at the chakras or whatnot. Regardless of how bad you want to be done with it, well, it's up to time to tell. Others of us, if this is about job seeking, new employment, or finances, these Five of Pentacles and turning your back on change just talks about just, you know, being in that halfway position. I don't know if I want to go back, but it's going to be just as hard to move forward. So I'm kind of like in a crunch, right? And that kind of sucks. I definitely understand how that feels. But the Knight of Wands says that it was a temporary situation. And to get yourself out of that energy, it says try something new. You know, have a little bit of an adventure, okay? Now, with the cosmic egg, ooh, we have something that has taken a long time, something that we are ready to receive. And it does talk about change and transformation. So some of us, it took a long time because of our habits with this page. It may have taken a long time for this change or this transformation to happen because we have been cold, right? The heart has been kind of closed. We got that sword raised. Others of us, this is about justice and forgiveness, and because something has been done over and over again. Now, the Queen of Swords is sometimes my Libra card, okay? And this is where the Lady in the World card plants her foot. So for some, integrity, balance, understanding, moving forward and knowing what to do with that understanding leads to the positive changes and the habits and this potent potential that you have. So I super love that. But something or someone that you guys have been waiting on for a long time, because look, them ships never came in. And because of that, you may have had some financial discomforts, and or it caused you to kind of like juggle a bit. Maybe someone was juggling that you ended the relationship with, or this is the end of financial embarrassment with like some kind of karmic cycle. I love that with the Knight of Pentacles. You've persevered. There's patience. And it also talks about the spirit of the earth helping to create this change that's walking with you. So you got this sage and you got the divine child, this Page of Pentacles, and they're working together to get this cosmic egg from, you know, the rooter to the tutor to bring your manifestation into the third dimension. Ooh, Look at that. Now, I kind of said, because look, there's a change. There's a change in this relationship. There's a change in your finances. Or it just talks about juggling and something leaves. Like something is going away. There could be some celebration looking at how they're comfortable and partying and playing, because somebody already fell off. These two are still holding on. How long it lasts just depends. Now, I feel that the decisions and the choices that these two make should come from wisdom, because they both have crowns. She has her cup. So whatever bitterness, coldness, cut off, isolation that we may have been dealing with, I feel like that changes. And there's something about this cup. There's something about the emotions. There's something about spirit. And I feel like you guys are going to be pretty happy. Now, this man on this wheel is giving me Drake vibes. And I don't know why. That's like this certified lover boy energy. There may have been some rejection, or just like a pause on, like I said, a relationship, and or some sort of chemistry, like a change in someone's desires, okay? Maybe a change in your desires, a change in someone else's desires could have faded this situation. It could even be, what they want in life. And that's very fucking interesting. But the Ten of Cups talks about soulmates. And I feel like there may be some changes in outlooks on how people see that, especially what their light at the end of the tunnel or their happy ending truly looks like, okay? Because she's holding that cup with that rainbow in it. And I feel like he's now, both of them really, because she's holding the other side of the cup. That's him holding the cup. Thank you, Spirit. Because I was like, are they gay? It's, I am whatever y'all into. But I said she's holding the cup and it's him holding the cup. Okay. So thank you, Spirit, for that. All right. Him holding the cup gives the King of Pentacles energy, which does talk about a change in some of your businesses, a change in this soulmate dynamic, as well as acceptance and allowance has been coming up a lot in your readings. And I know that's in alignment with the 369 formula or technique. So if you aren't aware of what those techniques are, or looking for some news that you could use, acceptance and allowance as well as trust, because she's holding his hand, looking off. He ain't holding on to shit but her with his legs folded. And I still am curious as to why this person fell off, but they have each other. Okay, so it takes both aspects of you. It takes the more dominant, mature, composed, as well as the vulnerable, nurturing, and loving. That could go for a parent, because the Queen of Pentacles came up, my single parents. It could also go for entrepreneurs that are still, you have a job or however it works for you. But the Wheel of Fortune does talk about fate. It talks about timing. And it talks about the things that you're focused on, you should be. The people that are in your life right now are there for a reason, good or bad, right or wrong, true or false. All right, and as I said that, the Judgment card is at the bottom of the deck. So there's that. Now with the Bear, I did just see the Three of Swords, okay. And even though I kept shuffling, it poked right back out. But I was going to say, I see you, I acknowledge it. For some of you, the Three of Swords just points to kind of like hurt and pain. The past where we took some time off, it could have been any reason, right? It could have been a relationship. It could have been the money. Where we are in life. Where are you, Spirit? Like wanting to be further than you are. Whatever the case may be. Whatever may have hurt you. I see the Eight of Cups. I see the Sun. I see the Two of Cups. So for some of you, it was definitely a relationship that shifted in some kind of way. Others of you, it was your stability, possibly employment. And then some of you, it was like your, mental health. Because I see the High Priestess and some other cards. Now, our belief system, the people that we depended on, gossip and slander, possibly some family issues, someone abusing their power, you know what I mean? And we just are now trying to make arrangements to come up out of some of those instances. And Spirit is saying to persevere, to stand your ground, okay? We have the Emperor here. Could be Aries, could be your boss, maybe some sort of authority figure. For some of you guys, the Emperor, Justice, and the Ace of Pentacles could talk about a contract with the company or being a contractor. I absolutely love that. For some of you, if this is a contract, I feel like it's going to lead you to celebrate of some sort. There could be a reward. Okay. For my Queen of Pentacles, and then there's the Ace of Swords. Now, if there's any conflicts, I feel that the Mercury retrograde coming up could, make some communication challenges. But, allow the Mercury retrograde to work retrograde. And sometimes those miscommunications will work themselves out. I feel that For some of you, there's going to be some changes in beliefs. Others of you, it could be some changes within organizations that you deal with. So some of these changes or even this embarrassment may lead you to an organization. And that's going to like help you, you know, so that's kind of cool. A new perspective as well. Okay. Now look at that. Holy Grail. Hey, you got the Ace of Cups. So this is a new relationship. These are new emotions. This is spirit coming in to help you through the consciousness. Like if you was L and you didn't know how to get in the tub and kind of like get to, you know how L be doing that. Here comes spirit guiding you through the waters. The waters could be your emotions. The waters could be this earth because it's mostly water. But it talks about sailing to some financial comfort. Okay, so moving away from troubled relationships, moving away from, you know, energetic breakdowns, moving away from family situations, awakening after awakening, isolation after isolation. And this is like some sort of improvement. It may even be health improvement because you got the Ten of Swords at the bottom. I'm sorry. Ooh. The Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. And what if these were the same people on the, well, hey, don't worry. She could have dyed her hair. Okay. Because I was like, what if these are the same people on the Wheel of Fortune? We're going to lay that there. Okay. Because we don't want to talk about somebody leaving for something else, but that's good. They returning to their family. That's not good if you're watching this channel and you were expecting the Emperor to be yours. The Emperor always is somebody else's husband in the reading. Your husband would not be the Emperor in most cases, unless you guys just met or are dating. It's possible, but usually the King of Wands, all the kings really could be a decent husband, but for me, Spirit will give me the King of Wands. When I see the Emperor, it could be a husband, but it is not always the husband of the person I'm talking to, unless there's a strong, you know, marriage. Like y'all been together for a while, and spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, you guys are you guys' person. Now, some sort of karmic ass relationship where y'all married for a green card, or he been cheating since you met him and you married him anyway, he wouldn't come up as the Emperor on this channel. Sorry. So yeah, anyway, health improvements. Some of you guys, this is wealth. Okay. I myself and the rest of my collective that are trying this 369 45-day challenge, maybe Spirit is guiding us to the bag, babe. And that is what I have. I do hope that it helps.